Hey guys, what's up? Just wanted to make a video, not too long, just a quick video of the tier list of the characters in Valorant. A lot of you guys are asking who's bad, who's good, who's in between, so I just wanted to make a video on my opinion of who the best characters are in this game so far. So let's start with the new character, Raze. A lot of streamers are frustrated with how this character is, especially Summit, if you watched his stream last night. She is completely broken. She's S+. The Valorant devs said the abilities will be mainly utility based. Well, that's completely opposite for Raze. Every single one of her abilities can kill you. She has her drone, like robot thingy that she can send in her room. It bounces off of walls, singles out a target, can explode and kill you in one shot. She then has a C4, which can not only kill you, but she can throw it on the floor and explode it underneath herself to boost her up to places where other characters can't reach. Only Jett and Omen can reach them. And then she has a cluster grenade that she throws. It explodes with an AoE, and then on top of the AoE that it explodes initially, it then sends out mini cluster grenades that explode and deal even more damage, and that will kill you. And then her ult is a big massive rocket launcher that shoots into a room and can easily wipe a 5-man squad with the huge AoE blast that it does. She is broken. She is probably the only one that's going to be an S+. Sage. She is an S character. The reason why I say S, I think she is going to be seen in every single team composition if we ever see an esports scene out of this game, which I hope we do. She has her slow orbs that can slow down a push significantly, completely. It is so large, the slow orb. For some reason, it covers a huge AoE, and it can slow down a push completely and throw them off completely sometimes, to the point where they abandon the site that they were pushing and fall back to initiate on a different site. Her wall can be used defensively, as it literally stays for so long unless they shoot it, and if they shoot it, you know they're behind it, so it can be used for intel as well as literally just slowing down a push. And then it can be used defensively, slash defensively. It goes both ways, kind of hand in hand, to boost you or your teammates up to boxes to gain like a head glitch peak, or literally just to boost on top of boxes that other characters can't get to. And then she has her heal that is absolutely insane, because it's not a bought ability, it is a timed ability. So you can throw it down on yourself if you're damaged with right click, and then you gotta wait, I think it's 40 seconds, and then you can throw it down on yourself again or heal a teammate. And then her ult, a res. It's just a complete res. It can change around completely if you play it and use it in the correct situation in the right time. Breach. A lot of people don't know the full potential of this character. He is S tier, completely S tier. His C ability can go through walls. That's what it's used for, to go through walls. It can go underneath you, above you, or just in front of you to go through and clear out a room. I think it one-shots you. I'm not 100% sure, as I haven't used him much. But I'm pretty sure it one-shots you. His flash goes through walls. It doesn't flash you or your... well, it flashes your teammates if they're looking to the opposite side of the wall. But it goes through walls, so you don't get flashed, and it flashes everyone that's looking at it. His Q ability, I think it is. His Q or his C. I'm not 100% sure. I think his C is the fault line. It charges up, so you can make it go as short or as long as you want, and it stuns abilities. It stuns enemies and slows enemies as well. It can be used for intel because if they're stunned, it shows them up on the minimap, and it can be used to initiate a push on a site. And then his ultimate, a massive, massive cone ability that stuns, slows, it like obscures their vision a bit, it makes their screen rattle. His ult is insane. He is one of the best characters in the game for sure. Brimstone, not quite as good as Sage and Breach, but he is an incredible character. He's incredible offensively and defensively. He's incredible offensively because he has his 3 smokes that can smoke off the holding points on sites, so you can push in. He can also be used to fake a push, so he can smoke a completely different site, mainly on Haven, because B and C, or because B and A are so close together. He can fake on C, like smoke off C and then push B, or he can smoke off A and push B, or vice versa, depending on where your team decides to go. His stim pack, because you don't actually have to be in the circle to receive the stim. I've seen people throw it down on a corner before you push, and then they all push in at once because they've got the increased fire rate from the stim. And then he's got his ult that with intel can completely wipe everyone off the site because it slows them in the area before it actually goes off and activates. His molly can be used defensively and defensively. Defensively because it can slow down a push, or offensively because you can throw it in a corner and it flushes out that corner. He's just a very good character. Jett. A lot of people think S tier, some think even S plus. I think those people are completely delusional. I guess you could argue S tier if you're doing public matches and you want to just pub stomp people, but I think she's A tier simply because her cloud burst sure can be used offensively and defensively to push into a site or to hold positions, but I think her updraft and her dash, the only real use for them in my eyes is to play off of her ultimate. They sync so well with her ult that I think that's the reason why she's not S tier and she's only A tier, because her ult is incredible, can single-handedly change a round, yes, but her other abilities, they're not as good as Sage and Breach, and definitely not as good as Raze. Omen, the first B tier character, and a lot of you might think, what, I'm crazy? I think B tier is completely justifiable for Omen. He is so counterable. His ult, you hear it go off from the massive call out that it makes map wide. Then it shrouds the map on top of that, makes the map go completely black. And then on top of that, if you're close enough to where he's actually ending the teleport, you can hear him and kill him. Now, if you kill him whilst he's still a ghost, it just cancels the ultimate and teleports him back to where he started. Or if you wait a little bit until he turns into his human form again, then you can just kill him and then he dies completely. He is so counterable, it is insane. I don't know how people think he's A or anything above. Cypher. It's a toss-up between S and A tier for Cypher. I think if used in a pro scene, he's S tier. If used just in a public match, he's A tier. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to throw him in S tier. The amount of intel that you get from playing Cypher is incredible. He's got his trap wire that gives off intel because when it explodes and when it goes off, it gives you intel. He's got his camera that you can throw down in really obscure positions and get intel to cover your back or cover teammates' backs because you can go in and out of the camera so quickly. He's insane. His ult, you throw that down, it scans everyone on the entire enemy team and lets you know their position for, I think, 5 seconds. he is incredible. And then his smoke, he gets 2 of the smokes. You can throw them down in a cone and push onto a site from that way, or use them defensively as well. He is a very, very good character. Sova. If you watched the devs play against Shroud, Summit, Flom, and all of that, you would argue that this guy is S tier. But once again, for the sake of this video, publicly at the moment, because no one can play them to his full potential, I think he goes A tier. You single-handedly win this game off of communication and intel. If you don't have communication, you don't have intel, you're more than likely gonna lose the game. Sorry if that bothers you. If that's a bummer, I guess just stop playing the game. But if you don't have communication, if you don't have intel, you're not gonna win rounds. He has 3 sources of intel. His drone can be used for intel and can be used to push in and coordinate an attack. If you send in your drone and coordinate it with just one other teammate, you send in your drone first to scout out the room, your teammate follows slowly behind, can clear out rooms easily. His shock drone, clear out corners offensively and slow them down defensively. And then his recon dart is incredible. If you saw the devs, how they were positioning the recon dart to places where not even Shroud and Summit knew where they were going, if you can get that like positioning down for the recon dart, he's insane. And then his ult, another form of intel, shoots through almost a map wide. Just a very good ult, gains intel, does damage, insane. Viper. A lot of you guys are going to think I'm crazy for this one. I think Viper's B tier. I think Viper is only good on the newest map because she can wall off A site whilst holding upper, and then she can wall off B site whilst holding upper. And then she can also wall off mid very well because there's 2 entries to mid and then 2 entries from mid that go to A site and then B site. So she's very good on the new map. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but she's very good. Then, of course, if you place her ult down, I know I'm saying that she's B tier, but if you place her ult down, you can single-handedly win a round. If your team knows how to play around the ult, and if you know how to play around the ult, if you get that ult down successfully, you can win the round. It can make or break the team. If it's 12-12 and you have that Viper ult, you're basically winning the game. Other than that, there's not really much to say about her. Her wall and her smoke dome that's made out of toxic gas, they can go up multiple times around, so you could argue that she's A, but I'm still going to stick her in B tier. I'm sorry if that annoys any of you guys. Phoenix, A tier. I think he's the most well-rounded character. He's not amazingly overpowered, he's not incredible, he's not bad, he is literally just incredibly good at defending and attacking. He's got his wall that can be used defensively to wall off pushes, and it can also be used offensively to wall off a certain entry point, so it hides your left side or your right side and it covers you so you can push onto a site easily. He's got his flash that can be used defensively. If you're getting pushed and you know that you're in a tough position, you can flash out and then run to a safe position. It can also be used offensively to flash in and flash people who may be holding corners. And then he's got his fireball that can be used offensively and defensively. You throw it down in corners to flush out corners, similar to Brimstone. And then he's got it defensively as well to hold off pushes. And then on top of that, his wall and his fireball both heal you. What more can you want? And then his ult can gain intel and is a free life to do whatever the hell you want. get as many kills as you can be used offensively to go in a site, gain intel, try and get a few entry frags, and then it teleports you back if you die, or just when the ult runs out. And then it can be used defensively if you want to push and gain intel to where they're pushing, try and get some picks. He's just a very good character. Sorry if I seemed very awkward in this video. Sorry if I ever talked fast or if there were long pauses. I'm not really used to this type of video, so I apologize in advance. I'll get better as I go on and make more and more of these types of videos. But for now, I'm sorry if I'm very awkward during these videos. I just wanted to make a quick video on my opinion of where the characters stand in Valorant. I hope you guys found this valuable and interesting. If you did, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm out. So, peace.